All right, guys. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how I actually built this script generation make scenario automation, which basically allows me to create high quality short form content scripts at scale, leveraging competitor databases of other scripts, and basically being able to generate infinite scripts leveraging some of the top copywriting strategies in the world from people like Eugene Schwartz, people like David Ogilvy. The AI will automatically tell me what copywriting strategy it used. It will also pull out the hook. All right. And there's a lot of cool stuff this thing can do. We're going to dive right into it. Let's see what it's got. All right, so this isn't gonna be like this whole system, and I'm not even completely done, but it's taken me the last week and a couple, like 2 weeks, I'd say I've been working on it. So there's a lot to this. If this is something that interests you guys and you want to see me actually really dig into some of these things and show you how to build it, I have a few plans already for in-depth make tutorials, Airtable, ChatGPT, etc. But let me know in the comments down below what specifically kind of appeals to you guys. But I'm gonna walk you through some things right now. Hopefully you'll be able to apply some of this these principles that you see that I did into your own scenarios, to your own builds. And if you want me to do things like, giving away free builds, doing like that type of stuff, let me know. I do have some plans for future videos. But so here, so yeah, with that being said, this is, like I said, it's a very in-depth build. If I went through everything in this video or in this build, probably be about an hour to 2 hours. So I'm going to go over some of the basics of how everything works together, why I did it, what my mindset was when building it out. And hopefully this will help you guys do it, because honestly, this may look complex. Don't get overwhelmed if you're new. It's actually not that hard, especially once you understand some of these principles. Once you understand these principles, you can apply it to your own builds as well as any other future build. All right, because the same issues that I ran into are similar issues you guys may face. All right, so basically, just to sum this up, I'm not going to explain every tab. The two tabs mainly we'll be looking at in this video is the video database and the scripts. All right, in the video database, we have a few different, like if I go over here, there's a lot more, but I just pulled two over here into my plan stage, and these views are just filtered by pretty much by stages and then sorted by view count. So these are just two different viral videos, right? They're transcribed right here. And let's just say, I'm like, okay, these two, I want to model these two viral videos. I want a script that models them. So the workflow kind of looks like this. So I could either put, like, I could type in certain things. Like, let's say I wanted to make this about LinkedIn automation. And, you could like add some more text in here. This is like your script customization. So basically, and this part right here, to be honest with you guys, like I'm trying to even tweak it a bit better, because I like, it's good, but I feel like it could be better. Right now, there is certain issues I run into with GPT-4o and AI. You really have to talk to it a certain way, and you really have to sometimes just overtly say things that like multiple times for it to actually do it. All right, so keep that in mind when programming. There's a lot of different scripts and prompts I used in this, but I'm going to go through some of them. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every single thing right now. Maybe in future videos, I'll do that if you guys want me to. But anyways, let's just say like this is where you can put like some like basic, you can make it even longer. I wouldn't suggest in this one, I don't go too long. Like I'll maybe go, the reason I don't go too long, and I'll show you in a second, is because what we're actually doing is, if I go to automations here, generate script is basically triggered when status is generate script and script variations is not empty. You'll see that in a second. So that's the trigger. The script. So like in make.com, you can really trigger Airtable two ways, either by watching records which you need to create a time field or a modified field. Or the second way is with a webhook. I prefer using webhooks all the time just because way better. It's just better in my opinion. You'll see what I mean in a second. If you don't know like what I'm talking about, I explain how to set up a webhook for Airtable in a video I did like 2-3 days ago. It's like 5-10 minutes, so go watch that. But basically all you do is you just use this code, and I give this code right here in the description of that YouTube video. So if you need this, go check that out. But and like literally just go to my page, open in a new tab or whatever, and like you'll see Airtable webhook. There's like 2-3 videos ago, maybe 4 videos. Anyways, this is where you're gonna place your webhook URL from make.com. And then all I really ever, like, you could really just, honestly, the way I do it, you could honestly just pull the record ID and the base URL. I don't even need to pull the transcript or any of this stuff, but I do it just here for whatever. Like, I just did it there. I don't even need to though, because what I do in Make here, and I'll show you in a second, is all I do is this, and this is like kind of a cheat code. I have the webhook here. And then right when I get the webhook with the record ID, I just use a search record and I search that record ID, because then I can grab pretty much all the fields, which makes it nice because, like, let's say for example, if you like had something really long here, like maybe, I don't know, 1,000, like 5,000 characters, it won't run the webhook. And it's not the webhook within Make, it's actually the webhook within Airtable. It just takes so long to send long script like text over when you're doing the webhook method. So if you send the record ID over, which is very small, and then you do a search record ID for that record ID, you can like pull, like, for example, I'll show you in a second. This is like YouTube transcript. So if I wanted to customize this to like add a YouTube transcript, which is over here, it pulls the whole transcript right here. Okay, long transcript. And if I try to send this to the web Airtable webhook, it would be impossible. Like it just doesn't work. Like I've left, like you could leave it like 10 minutes and it still would be sending. But if you do this through the sending it through record ID and then searching the records, and then you search it through record ID and then you pull all the fields, and then over here, like for example, here's the transcript for the framework I'm using. So that gives them this transcript right here. And then here's my ideas and customizations. Sometimes I may provide a block of text or a YouTube transcript that you can pull information in and turn into scripts following the framework I provide above. So I give both of those fields. So I'm giving, if I add any custom script customizations, like let's just say like I added something here, I'm gonna pull that there. And then the YouTube transcript, that's, sometimes I don't use a YouTube transcript. That's just, there is an option that's if I click here and add a YouTube video, then it's going to automatically have a lookup field right here to pull that transcript. And then you have to elaborate on this idea and keep it in the same script format and tone of voice and language. The framework emojis and framework steps emojis should be the same as the example I provided. Also, don't forget to name each script at the top of the line before you put the framework with this emoji and space before it. Each variation should have a different name, and the name shouldn't be just a copy and paste. The idea, and the name shouldn't just be copy and pasted from the idea I give you. Give something captivating to describe the script. Make sure the script can be read within max time maximum. So that is basically over here before I generate everything. Like let's say I wanted to generate this. I typically, like if I'm going to do YouTube shorts, I say 55 to 58 seconds. It should be read in maximum. That gives me a bit of time because on YouTube, the maximum short time is a minute. Now, if you're just doing Instagram or TikTok, obviously you can do longer if you don't care about YouTube shorts. But let's just say I want all three. I'm going to do under a minute. And then remember, if I don't provide you any script ideas above, aka it's blank, then use your own based on all the information I have uploaded about Josh Pocock Executive Stride, our target market, and copywriting books. If you don't know what I'm talking about there, I did a video a few days ago too, where I show you how to make AI like know everything about you and your company so it can like use that information. Go check out that video. That video is really in depth. So my AI is trained on like some hefty information about me and my company. And then and then the copywriting books. So basically what I did is I uploaded like some of the top copywriting books in the world. All right. And then with your understanding of what would be a unique concept for short form video based around the competitor or transcript, it should be different, but only do this if I provide you my own idea. If I don't provide you my own ideas, then then you should keep the first generation of the script very similar, if not almost the exact framework and similar / same language. And then only if I ask for multiple variants, then you provide variants based on your understanding of being a master copywriter and looking at the books. And include the step of the framework at the bottom of every output. Example, here's a step of a framework. So I uploaded like a bunch of different frameworks for short form content that it can follow. But below that, put the copywriting strategy reference after this text with quotes always. So for example, strategy applied. And always look at different examples of viral hooks in the document I uploaded called hooks. Use a different hook template for each variation, and at the bottom of the variations, put a template version of the hook you used from the document so I know you actually read it. Put the copywriting strategy reference after this text without the quotes always. So yeah, it's just showing put this without quotes. Hook template used, and the hook template should always be the last thing at the bottom, and the hook template should be the hook, and the hook template should be the hook, and the hook template should be the hook, but in variable form like this. For example, it's not the object and variable, but the attribute, or is it? And above the hook template used, put the hook used always like this without the quotes, and it should be the exact hook used in the script. All right, so it's like sometimes there's like grammatical errors and spelling whatever when I'm typing these out really quickly, but at the end of the day, I'm not even going to bother changing any of this or whatever, because it works. So as long as you're getting the right outputs, that's really all that matters. And doing something like this, like you can see I'm like repeating myself, capitals, exclamation marks. This is what you got to do sometimes to get the right outputs. All right. So model GPT-4o system file search, where everything's stored in a vector now, which is great. So file search resources, and that's about it. From that point on, all right, it's actually very simple. What this is doing, just saying read this output, and then please ignore everything at the top and only output the following below word for word, but include all the content within each section after the colons, and keep each on a separate line. If there is a source reference anywhere in the text, examples something like this, source, please remove it. And then strategy applied, hook used, hook template used. I don't even know if this is supposed to be here, but I guess it's working, so I'll just leave it there for now. And then what these are doing, this is just a text parser, so you can literally just go here, and then match pattern advanced. It's actually very easy to use, so this stuff is actually super easy. And honestly, guys, too, just so you know, I'm no coder, I'm no whatever. Anytime I don't know how to use something, all I simply do is I'll just go over here to ChatGPT and ask it what the heck to do. Like, I didn't even know how to do this. Like, honestly, I'm not the mastermind behind some of these things. A lot of it's just AI, right? So our good old friend AI. Yeah, I practice what I preach. You know, this wouldn't be an AI marketing, automation, business, growth channel if I wasn't practicing what I preach here. All right. So make sure to smash that subscribe button if you're enjoying this so far. This is honestly something like some of these things, like I'm like, oh, should I share? I don't give a crap. I'm gonna share as much value as I can with you guys. That's the mindset I have with this YouTube. So if you want, like, this is just a tip of the iceberg too. If you think this stuff is good, there's a lot more. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, let me know, because I want to make sure there's a demand for this type of stuff. So let me know by smashing that like button, smashing that subscribe button, comment down below. Anyways, these are the settings you're gonna want to use. Global match, no. Case sensitive, no. Multi-line, no. Single line, yes. And then continue the execution, yes. This is the pattern I used. So all I simply did, just so you know, is I just asked ChatGPT. All I said was, I'll literally show you guys. I'm like, hey, give me a text parser pattern. Okay, I was actually at the start. We don't need to go up there. I basically just said, give me a, like, hey, I'm building this automation in make.com. Give me a text parser pattern, because that's what it's called, to get each one of these individually. And then I showed an example output. This is the example output that the ChatGPT will give, like the intermediate one. And then it gave me these 3 patterns. And then I went down here, I used them, and I said, hey, these 2 patterns aren't working. I think because when I was testing them, something to do with a new line. Anyways, it gave me all 3 of these. These are the 3 ones that work. All right, so I'll show you these. If you're building along with this, then you can just like pause this and type this out, or just ask ChatGPT. It's very simple. Text parser is like, this is very useful. I mean, like, you could realistically, I could just put another like 2-3 GPT modules and say, hey, just type this out. And this is mainly just to save credits, to be honest. Like, as you can see, this is a pretty big scenario. So yeah, it's gonna, like, if you're running this all the time, it's gonna actually add up a bit. Luckily, just so you guys know too, if you've been building on Make update, they do have the new GPT assistants. So basically you can, I'm not going to show you because for time's sake, but you can use GPT-4o now with Make assistants. Before, you had to use GPT-4 Turbo. It's like twice the cost. So just so you know, you can update all your Make assistant modules now to have GPT-4o, since they didn't have that initially. So I just add these 3 text parsers. Then I'm using a set variables, and I'm just setting the variable. So I just add an item. I put the variable name here. This can be anything. I just put 1 strategy applied, and then I put the value from each single one. I just add all 3. Very simple. And then all I'm doing is I'm adding, I'm updating. So update record by record ID. I'm adding new script in the result. So the result is the new script. And this is the first script. And then I'm always putting the thread ID. That's another thing I don't see a lot of people doing, is leveraging the thread ID, whether it's in their Airtable or when they're building out in Make. So that's something that I wasn't doing before either. And it's actually like very important. Next is create a record. So we're creating a record in our scripts table. Script AI output is the result. It's the same script, but I like to, there's a reason why in the grand scheme of things that I add it in both tables, but then I just reference the record ID of the video database. So it's a linked record. And this is the type of script, and then thread ID. And then in copywriting strategy, I'm adding, this should actually be right here. And this should be this one. So I'm using the real hook here and the copywriting strategy here. And then I'm adding one more add record, and this is into our hooks table, where I'm adding the hook template. the hook example variable, and linking it back to video database. All right. So like, I'm not going to explain all the tables right now and all this stuff. Like that would be super, super long. I just want you to get the gist of this. Like, don't build this out. I mean, you could build this out exactly, but like, I would suggest like take these principles, put it into your own build. If you want to see me like hold your hand step by step and walk you through a build, and like probably won't be as advanced as this, maybe it will, but let me know. Like I said, if you want me to be giving you guys free builds and stuff, let me know. And let me know what type of builds you want. All right, what would be useful in your business. And if you have any questions about this, let me know, or even like suggestions, right? So yeah, because yeah, you can always improve upon things. If you notice some inefficiencies in this build, like hey, you could be using a module right here or an array or whatever. Okay, just let me know. Next is we're gonna use our good old dandy router module. These things are like amazing. Basically, it just runs it through. Like, I'm not gonna explain the basics of Make per se, but essentially, like if you want to know how the flow will look like, I just click explain flow. This is how it's gonna go. Okay, boom, 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 and then it hits our router, and you can see it just like expanded into 10 different things. It's gonna go through this one, 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 and then this one. Now, on each router branch, we have a label or a filter. So this one is basically adding an OR condition. And I actually need to update this. I'm not even going to do it right now because I may have to change something here, but it should be actually good right now. I think it's probably work. Actually, I actually may have to make this into, I may have to just make this exact equals 2, but I'm not going to do it right this second, just because there's really no point. But keep that in mind. You may have to make this equals 2. I haven't fully tested it on lower variants, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. This is because, like, I go to Airtable. Before I'm about to generate it, I select how many different scripts I want. If I only want 1, I click 1. If I want 2, I click 2. All the way up to 10. For the sake of this, I'll do 10. We'll just leave it at that for now. I'm not going to select anything in here for the sake of this video. Okay, and then these filters are basically just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is actually wrong with the filters, so I actually need to change this. And actually, no, it's right. It's actually right. Sorry, it's right. So 10 for 10. Oh, shoot. Did I just lose the variable? Did I do anything here? Okay. Where did that oh, that's the very bottom one. There's no variable because all I'm doing, just so you know, I think it's just changing the status. Yeah, it's just changing the status to AI script generated. Okay. Now, just so you know, each one of these flows is exactly the same. And it's pretty much the same as this. Everything from here, you can see it's the exact same. The only difference is if I go to where I'm messaging the assistant, I have the thread ID here. All right. It's very important to do this because it will maintain the context from your previous messages of the thread ID. So this is very, very crucial that you maintain the thread ID. And then it's doing the exact same thing. The only difference, like I was saying, is these filters. So number 10 It's basically if the condition of script variations is 10, then it's going to go through there. 9 is if it's 9 or 10. 8 is if it's 8, 9, or 10. And it keeps going like that. All right, it's kind of like reverse because that's just how it works. I don't feel like explaining that process, but just think about it. Like you have to do it like that, where it's 10 at the bottom or 0 at the bottom, then 10, and then 9 and 8, 9 and 10, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to do it like that for the branches, okay? Now, the only thing is I may have to change this from case sensitive, where it's contains, to equals 2, because I think I may have an issue. Let me see if I put 1, it may be contained in 10. I don't know. I'm going to have to double check that, but it could be right. I don't know. It's either way. I'm just going to show you guys what this looks like in the grand scheme of things now. I feel like I explained it decently, at least well enough, so you guys should know. So we have transcript. We have it as under a minute, 10 scripts. I'm just going to run this. And once I put this to generate script, we should start working. All right, if everything goes well, boom. So ChatGPT is working its magic right now. All right, the parser looks like it worked. You can see the results here. Now we're going to number 1, numero uno. And while we're doing that, let's just make sure that, so far if I go here, we can see if I scroll over here. Okay, we're on our second script. So we got the first one here, the second one, and they're all using the same frameworks, all right? Third, fourth. Okay, so as we're doing this in the video database, everything's going well. If I go over to the script database, I should be seeing each new script pull up here, as well as the copywriting strategy automatically pulled here from the text parser. So for example, Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz emphasizes the importance of addressing underutilized features to create a compelling and effective message that resonates with your audience's untapped desires. And then here, Confessions of Advertising of an Advertising Man by David Ogilvy highlights the importance of tapping into existing features that have a proven track record of success to enhance visibility and engagement. All right, and keep in mind, guys, when you're generating these AI results, I wouldn't just read it verbatim, word for word. I would, like, there's a process. That's why this is like not the end of the stage. As you can see, it's like good script, bad script up here, output, and like I can retranscribe that. I have a workflow for that too. Transcription complete, shoot, editing complete. So there's a lot of different stages, of course. This is not just like you just pump out 100 scripts and then read them verbatim. I mean, if you're doing a certain type of like low quality script, or you're just spamming like short form content, maybe to like an affiliate link, maybe it could work. If you're using AI generated stuff and whatever, but if you want to make like really high quality stuff right now, it's not at that point. It will be at that point most likely in like 6 months, a year from now, maybe even sooner. But maybe let's see when GPT-5 comes out. But look at that. That's just so beautiful. So beautiful to see. 10 different ideas. And like I said, it's going off its own thing right now, but we could put info in there. More info, like, yeah, these, like I said, if you use the idea customization as well as the transcript, or just put ideas in there, you can tell it what type of content to write about from that framework. That part right there is the part I'm definitely going to be tweaking and improving upon. But let's just check one of these out real quick. Master Secret of LinkedIn Spotlight. Do you know there's a little known LinkedIn trick that can make your profile highly desirable? LinkedIn's featured section is a goldmine for boosting your profile views, yet most people ignore it. First, head to your LinkedIn profile and click Add Profile section and select Featured. Showcase your top posts, articles, or projects here. Make sure these highlights are rich and are keyword rich and reflect your expertise. This will drastically enhance your profile searchability on LinkedIn's platform to catch the eye of your ideal audience. And then when prioritizing your featured content, it increases your chances of being discovered by recruiters and top clients. Follow for more LinkedIn tips. And then strategy right here, all right, from Hypnotic Copywriting by Joe Vitale, emphasizes the use of compelling and irresistible content to capture your audience's attention by highlighting overlooked yet valuable features. Hooked used, boom, and then hooked used template, boom. Same thing. If I go over to our hooks template, we should see those hooks that we just generated right here. All right, I have a system to analyze those hooks and like break it all down. I have a lot of cool systems in here. Like this is just the tip of the iceberg, and this is like just like short form content database and stuff like that. I have a lot of more automations for other things, scraping data, this, that, whatever, doing prospecting, like so many more things, guys. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Yeah, I could be like, I just want to share, like, I want to share as much value with you guys, right? So I don't want to, yeah, gatekeep so much. I hope you got value from this. I hope it's applicable. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, guys, if you're new to this channel, we upload a video every single day. Value packed. If you know, I would appreciate any support by simply just hitting the subscribe button. That's all I ask. If you got value from this, and liking it, sharing it, comment down below. And then if you haven't joined our free community, Stride community, it actually may become, I may turn it to a paid community, or I may start a paid community very soon. So join it while you still can, while it's still free. Link in the description, stridecommunity.com. We have about 700 members in our free Facebook group, free Discord channel. So check that out. And then also too, guys, if you're into AI, like you probably are if you're watching this, and you're into, like, if you run a business and you're into automations, running ads, like look at this book. Like I wish I could flip it, but like as you can see, it's so value packed. It's not just like fluff. It's like a Bible. And this is my book. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, my heart, my soul. It's very in depth and it's very applicable. It's like a game plan. All right, so pick that up. You can either get the hard copy or the digital copy with a bunch of bonuses. Link for that will be in the description down below. It's really value packed, and there's a money back guarantee. Like I literally put it there. So like if you got the book and you're just like, it's like super cheap, but even if you, I know you're just gonna get value from it. So just check out the landing page, and I know you'll love it. So check that out. And then I think that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Keep hustling, keep grinding. And of course, guys, accelerate your stride. Take care.